Hello everybody and welcome to this video. I'm back. I'm probably more excited about being back than anybody else is excited about me being back making videos and yeah, back on YouTube. So wow, yeah, apart from the I'm back dance, I just wanted to make a video. I have been wanting to make a video for quite a long time, but life has not been wanting this of me, and so I thought I'd just make a small video now, a catch-up video, just to say hi and tell you what's been going on, and I don't know, maybe explaining a bit about why I haven't been around. And maybe that might be helpful for people that are maybe going through some strange, tough times themselves. But I'm back, I'm back, and I have some awesome lights. So I've moved house. So the famous red sofa is no more. Well, I've given it to a friend, so it's living on elsewhere, but currently the famous red sofa that I do all my videos on is no more, but I've moved house, and I've moved from I was living outside of Glastonbury for a while. I was living about 3 or 4 miles outside of Glastonbury in a village, and I've moved to Glastonbury town, so I've moved into the town, and that's a very powerful thing, and energetically is hugely different actually, which I might talk about today or maybe another day on a video depending on how long I go on for. And I'm really pleased about that. It's not been ideal or perfect. The whole process has been hideous, for want of better words, but I'm in a lovely safe place and I'm feeling good about that. And the cats might come down the magic stairs at some point to show you their presence, because you know the cats don't enjoy moving. But yeah, look, I'm being distracted by the awesome lights I've put on my stairs. I could just make a video about how awesome they are. Let's just stare at them. They're just so cool. I did this yesterday or 2 days ago, put these lights in, and I have been just staring at the stairs ever since. So this is in my studio, so my art studio, and yeah, so there was a move, and that was one reason why I haven't been making videos. The move, everything surrounding the move wasn't fun or easy or good. But to be honest, since June, I just haven't been present. I haven't been in a particularly good place. A lot of things have hit one after the other, and I don't mind saying that because, everyone goes through tough times. I think it's good to be open that it's been one thing hitting after another since June-ish, maybe before, but I think June is and it's been really hard. And I'm not making a whiny video. It's been so hard. I don't want to make a whiny video because I want it to be empowering. I want it to be open to people. And I don't go on about what's been hard, but it has lots of different things in different ways. And some of my friends were like going, "When's Laura going to crack up?" Because it's been so intense. And also, okay, typical me, Mercury retrograde, last Mercury retrograde, I dropped my phone down the loo, so there's been no phone. It's almost like the universe wanted me to stop, stop communicating, stop recording, stop all these things. So I did for a while. And what I did was go inwards and not just go, okay, this is poopy, why is it poopy? I looked at what was triggering me, what was happening, what I was allowing into my life, what lessons, messages that these experiences were giving me. I didn't do this willingly, can we say? I did it like through force, through the universe forcing me. So I just asked for help, and I went and I looked inwards and found really some triggers that were maybe creating situations that weren't desirable. Not saying it's my fault or anyone else's fault at all. There's no blame in this. It's just looking at what's going on within and asking for friends' help, professional help, whatever it might be. But saying, actually, I am struggling with this, and I could do with some help. I could do with looking into this, but I need a little bit of support, a little bit of guidance on that way. And I think that's a brave thing to do, and it's not an easy thing to do. Gosh, no. I think sometimes it's easy to skip off into the sunset and pretend oh, everyone's being mean, don't know why, or this is all happening, I don't know why, and just blame other people and scuttle off. When actually it's hard just to go, ooh, okay, let's go deep, let's look, let's really look, and then let's keep digging and looking. And it's not comfortable at all, but I think that in the long term it does do an amazing amount of good. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like, it's not fun. Look, I'm ready for fun now. I'm so ready for fun. Beyond ready for fun. But it's just been astrologically, I think everyone's been having some issues this year. Like, it hasn't felt like an easy year for people. I find that for me, even though I wouldn't want any of it again for all the tea in China, it has brought some huge lessons to the surface, and it has allowed me to explore ways in which I was letting myself down, ways in which I wasn't being kind or good to me, ways in which I was probably not being my own friend, and why. So it's been really powerful time actually, but not fun. And I've been in I have thought about making videos. I really have actually wanted to make a few videos in this time, but with the phone, everything going wrong, and a few other things, it didn't happen. And that feels okay, because I think a clean break from things for a while is really, really good. But I just wanted to sort of maybe mention about keeping that spiritual path when things aren't really going fabulously, and how important it is to maintain that self-love, self-care. And it's at those times when you really don't want to. It's not even want, is it? I think it's at times when you feel really physically exhausted, emotionally, mentally exhausted. You're resisting. You're resisting going on that drum journey. You're resisting going for that healing. You're resisting going out in nature and sitting by a tree. You're resisting connecting with the deities that you love. You're resisting connecting with your power animals. And it's at those times of absolute resistance is when you know you need it the most. So it's been times I've been, oh, but I just don't feel great, I don't feel like doing this. Well, what's the medicine really? You know, it is the medicine to do those things. And for me it was like, push, when I did, I mean mostly, or sometimes I just went, duvet, blankie, hide away, or just throw myself into trying to do my normal routine, and then failing because my body and head and heart were going, stop. But, you know, with the times when I did do that drum journey and did look and did heal, oh my god, did it feel good, and did it bear some fruit. So I feel like it's really important on those times to be gentle with ourselves, but to remind ourselves that our spiritual practice, our saving graces, the things that we love, are needed most. And maybe again it could be time to ask someone for help, ask a friend, or to come and help you with this, because you may put it off when you're having a hard time. You may put off your devotional practice, you may put off that self-care routine and that connection to your totems or your goddess that make you feel real and alive and empowered. And I do the same. I don't want to, because I'm just fed up with the world and those moods, but if you can get that guidance and that help, and you can push yourself to do it, it just brings you back. I think that's the important thing, it brings you back a little bit. So witching when it hurts, I would say, even though you can have your duvet days and your chocolate days, I have had those, but bring it back and give yourself a spiritual healing day. All the things you know you need to be doing, just do a couple of them, you know, give yourself that meditation space. You know, it doesn't have to be you doing it. You could get a friend, you could get a recorded meditation or a drum journey, and just allow yourself to feel. I think that's one thing that we don't do as well enough, do we? Oh, it's a bad feeling, let's do something about it. I don't like this feeling, let's fix it now, let's do something about it. And sometimes you don't, like, that's not the way. Sometimes you just have to feel it, and you have to sit there with the most uncomfortable, horrible, burning, freezing feelings and allow them to be exactly what they are, and not tell yourself, I tell myself stories, yeah but no. Yeah, that's probably quite true, but you have to sit with the pain and sit with the emotion and sit with whatever it is. Someone very wise said to me very recently, we often have like an undercurrent of anxiety, don't we, in this modern age, an undercurrent of feeling unsettled, and maybe something about that is that we're not willing to own those bad feelings, we're not willing to feel them, And then therefore we push them down, and we often then can have an undercurrent because it's pushed down on I'm fine, I'm busy, I'm doing this. Push it down because I don't want to own this feeling of rejection, this feeling of it's all a bit poopy, I feel a bit hurt by this. And so we push it down, and undercurrents, it simmers. And yeah, someone very wise said to me very recently that when things are good, we often really can't feel it thoroughly, and we often can't give ourselves to that amazing good feeling because we weren't willing to own the bad feeling. So it's like if we can't own something, we should cut off on something, we're going to be numbed to the good stuff too. And so if you have this sort of good things are happening but you're feeling on edge or you're feeling not present, it can be because we haven't owned the shit. We haven't owned the bits that are painful. So I think that's something I've had to really sit with and learn as well. That it's hurt, it hurts. You have to sit through it and try not to tell yourself any stories about it, and just be with what it feels like in the moment, and then get help. Always don't do this on your own. Like, I'm not saying this is ever anything you should do on your own, but just get someone to be with you, to talk to you, to give you someone that you trust, not someone that's going to tell you what they think or I think you should do this. No, someone that you really trust on a soul level, a soul friend that you know can just sit and be with you, and encourage you if needed, or just listen. And if we can sit with those uncomfortable feelings and just be like, not dwell on them, not get lost in them, which is another thing, isn't it? We can get lost in them. We can get really swept away and lost in the story of the negative feelings. But that's not what I'm saying. It's just feeling it, allowing it to burn through you and transform in its own time. It, allows something to be transformed. And if we're running away from it, it can't, it stays, and it has power over us because we're avoiding it. So it's something that we're avoiding, and oh no, I'm going to do this, oh okay, really, it has power because we're constantly a bit afraid that it's going to rear its head and hit us, so it brings anxiety. Just one thing that I've learned, really, I'm sharing any witchy wisdom of spiritual nature that I've learned from feeling crap, which we all do, I know, but I just feel like if there's any gems that can come out of it that can help somebody else, or that's good, isn't it? Or just help. This awareness of how we can be with ourselves and how gentle and compassionate we can be with ourselves. And I had this experience of the day, like I was in the White Spring in Glastonbury, and that is a place for me. I'll do a whole video on the White Spring because I blooming love it so much there. And I was consecrating this present that I had been bought at the weekend. I blooming love this. Thank you, Anna. And I just felt held up against the wall in the White Spring, and held and pinned down almost, and had to deal with something face on that I didn't really want to. I wanted to dance away from. And I was told, no, stay with it. It will control you and go on and on and on and on if you don't stay with it. So I stayed with it and felt this kind of alchemy happening inside, and not a pleasant one, but actually I felt it turning into not fear, turning into something else, turning into acceptance. And with acceptance, even if it's accepting things that aren't great, it's a relief, and it hasn't got power over you because you looked at it in the eye. So that's something that, if you're ready to do, again, is all potentially to be done with so much guidance and so much love and support around you, then I feel that then if you accept these things, then when things become good again, and when a great experience happens to you, you can wholeheartedly take it on board and feel it, because you're not pushing anything down, you're not numbed to it, you're not scared that the jack-in-the-box might come out, because that's what it is, isn't it? Something we don't want to face. It's like a jack-in-a-box waiting to pop out when we hear something we don't like, or when we see something that upsets us. And we can't move on from things if we're hiding from that jack-in-a-box. So, and then when the good things happen, we can open up to them and go, yes. And I think that's worth it, isn't it? To get rid of that undercurrent, that simmering of anxiety that I think a lot of us have, because we've been told the bad feelings, well, we've got to deal with them, we've got to get over them, we've got to do something, be actionable about it. And actually, sometimes not that, sometimes be with it, be gentle with you, take it, sit out there, be in nature, be supported, feel it, and allow it to go when you are ready, because it has some things it's taken me months to do that with, so it's not an immediate thing. but you know, I just wanted to share. I thought if there's something that I can share that's from this, then I'd like to. There will be fun videos soon, because I really am looking forward to doing some fun videos, and I've got some plans and some ideas, and I'm hoping that I can get a lot more videos made now. So apart from going through some shadow stuff and dealing with some stuff, yeah, moving house, and we won't talk about the move. I lived in a lovely place before. It was really lovely, but it was intense in some ways, and it's nice to be in town where it's all going on. So yeah, I've moved house, and I don't know if you've heard about the Glastonbury zodiac. I'll probably do another video on the Glastonbury zodiac. I've got a book about it somewhere. It's by Mary Kane, but it's a really interesting concept. You don't have to believe it. I think I sometimes go, that's cool, sometimes I'm like, nah, but it's something, it's an interesting concept to work with if you so wished, and just to explore it anyway. It's the zodiac sign on the land, so I'll show you some pictures in another video, but it's basically not just Glastonbury, but around the whole area. It's like the ritual sacred landscape, that the features of the earth and the shape of the earth and the energy of the earth is the 12 different, contains the 12 zodiac signs. So I'll do another video on that. I think it'd be quite interesting. But the zodiac sign for Glastonbury is Aquarius, and that's very interesting. So I'm now living in, and it does feel like it, so that's why I'm talking about it, because I just feel like this energy does feel very Aquarian being here, with a fizzy energy about it. And when I was living before was in the Levels, in the marshes, in Mere, and that's traditionally a place of hermitage, of an island, of being away from it all. So I spent 4 years, even though I've been very social on some levels, but on a very personal level, I spent 4 years really getting to know myself in this hermitage, like, it wasn't a hermitage, there's lots of parties, but the energy, you know, I spent some days literally, like, because I'm an artist and obviously tarot reader and writing all these things, courses and things, and painting all the time, I did sometimes realise I'd spent 3 days and I hadn't actually seen anybody, and that's cool and that's fine, but I was thinking, Laura, you need to get back in the flow a bit more. So I'm in town and I'm seeing people a lot more regularly, and that's nice, but I've also got my own space. So yeah, so we'll do, if you're interested, a video on the Glastonbury zodiac, and maybe the sacred landscape around Glastonbury. I think it's something that's really worth doing a series on, because it's really, really fascinating to me anyway, hopefully to you guys too. So yeah, that's been going on, the move. I've done some exhibitions, and a couple of exhibitions where some huge artwork. You can see my Ixchel painting behind me. So Ixchel came through very, very strongly as a healing goddess through this time as well. I was really grateful that Ixchel came through, because I wasn't planning on painting her. She just came through in a painting, and I was just so grateful, because it just felt, I immersed myself in that energy, and it was really amazing, and really helped me to accept me and to love me really again. Maybe I'd kind of left that drift a bit, so that was really, really powerful. And I might show you some other paintings, but I can't tear the camera away from the multicoloured lights on the stairs. Wow, it's very rainy today. Wow, it's chucking it down out there. Anyway, we are approaching Samhain, so it is getting to that time of wintry energy, which I'm looking forward to this year. Like, I'm a bit of a person that loves all the seasons, and usually I get a bit upset when summer's over. Even though I love autumn, I get a bit upset that summer's over. This year I was like, goodbye summer, slam the door when you're, I was like, I'm done with you. And then someone just said, did slam the door as I said that. But yeah, I'm really embracing autumn and the autumnal energy this year. So what else has been going on? We've had to deal with some poly kitties. Been doing a lot of work with poly kitties, and yeah, I've just been planning a lot of changes. Well, I've made a lot of changes. I've cut out a lot of stuff, and I'm what's the word? Phoenixing. I'm phoenixing and re-energizing. So a lot of things are behind. A lot of things are getting done in a bit slower time than normally would. But yeah, it's a lot of change. So I've got lots of videos planned. I've been running my courses as well. So I've just finished Goddess Awakening. It's the second year of doing Goddess Awakening, and I really loved doing that, and I hope everyone on the course loved it. It's been a really lovely journey. Again, the second time I've run it. and I'm going to do a video about this as well, because on the 23rd of October I am debuting the third in the trilogy and the final of the trilogy of awakening courses, Fairies Awakening. So you don't have to have done the other 2 awakening courses to do this. I've just done 3 courses on the awakening theme, and that's about awakening connection in different elements. So there's Totems Awakening, Goddess Awakening, and now Fairies Awakening. And I'm really excited as we go towards Samhain to go between the veils and to connect with the sacred landscape, with the deities, with the fairy kings and queens, the elementals, and having our own personal connection with fairy and the spirits of the land. So if you would like to get involved with that course, there's more information on my website, lauradalligan.com, and I'll be making a video very, very shortly about it, because we are starting in about 12 days actually, so I'm very excited about that. So I've been planning my courses. I did a talk at Witch Fest on Saturday in Brighton, which was absolutely awesome. I'm not saying the talk was awesome, I mean I really, really enjoyed it. I hope people enjoyed it too. But it was really awesome to be invited back to Witch Fest and to give a talk about the gods and goddesses of Avalon. In that great environment by the sea and in a huge conference centre. I think it was the same centre that the Conservatives' annual meeting or whatever went on the week before, so it's kind of a random selection of things that went on that building, the Witch Fest, and it was really fun, really great event. So hopefully we'll go back and hopefully be on again soon if we do the Witch Fest. And that was really, it was really packed. I was really pleased that the workshop was really full, and really enjoyed it. There was a fun moment with intercom system. Only in England would this happen, by the way. You're doing a workshop, you're doing a talk, and over the intercom, over the whole building, ding ding, Doreen Van, there was, what was it, oh yeah, John the acoustic guitar player in room 2, John the acoustic guitar player, over what I was saying. And this of course happened in the middle of a meditation. Of course it did. It was kind of hilarious, but it was very Monty Python themed energy of a talk anyway. But I love doing Witch Fest, and I'm loving the autumnal energy at the moment. So new starts, and at the same time really reconnecting with self. That is the theme of the now, and I just wanted to give some encouragement if anyone has been going through a poopy time too, that if you can dig deep and heal those wounds that maybe, or look at what is going on within you, then it's not making it all worthwhile, but it can allow you to transform and to shift, and to not think that you're failing if things aren't working out as you planned, and not to give yourself a hard time. So to be really gentle with yourself as you go through processes. And as I mentioned earlier, witching it when it's hard, like, just don't put on pressure to do a huge ritual. Just take some time to search a little bit and meditate and go out in nature, and having fighting cats, stop it, not fighting cats, and having drum time. I find drum journeys exceptionally useful when you're trying to figure out and puzzle out a lot of things. I mean, drum journeys are amazing for everything, but I think particularly when you're going through some soul searching and you're going through a really strange time, doing that journey and going with your guides and finding answers can be an exceptionally powerful tool. And keeping a dream diary as well, because a lot of answers or questions will come out through your dreams. But I have loads of things I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. You'll probably get bored of me in the next few weeks because I might be posting more videos more regularly. But I have missed it, and I've missed you guys, and I've been watching other people's YouTube channels and enjoying other people's YouTube channels and really wanting to come back, but just feeling like, no. But now I'm saying yes, now is the time. So hopefully that wasn't too boring. I hope I'm not going on about stuff that people don't care about. We just wanted to let you know why I'd been quiet, and maybe if I can gain something from any of this, then it can be useful to you guys as well. Lots of love, and thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed my staircase of disco-ness. Take it easy, have a lovely rest of your day, your week. Mwah. Thank you, bye.